How's it going, everybody? It's Ryan and Kathy back here in the kitchen. So the Super Bowl is less than a week away. Everybody's trying to think up some ideas for party food. We were debating whether to do wings, ribs, something like that. Everyone kind of does wings, so we thought that we would save wings for another day. We're gonna share with you a recipe we've been making for years that we love. It's a loaded nacho that has grilled chicken and a really flavorful refried bean and black bean base. And also, before I show you the ingredients, I want to say that if you're having a bunch of people over and you're on a budget, this could probably be all the ingredients could probably be acquired for around $20. So this is definitely a cost-effective budget party food that you can do. So we're gonna just jump right in. I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that you're gonna need. So obviously you're gonna need some chips. Just pick out which kind you like the most. We're gonna use like the biggest restaurant style that we can find, and you'll see why we do that when we're building the nachos. So you're gonna need chicken. So we're gonna do one chicken breast. I'm gonna show you how to season this and cook this in just a second. 1 can black beans, 1 can refried beans, about a half of a tomato, about a cup of whatever jalapeno you like. We're doing the pickled jalapenos. You can do raw or fresh if you'd like. We've got a couple cloves of garlic, about 3 or 4 tablespoons of green chilies. They come in a small little can. 1/2 onion that we kind of small diced it. Didn't want to mince it too fine, but I want it to be small. I don't want big chunks when we cook the base. Some olives. We'll probably cut these in half. They're pretty big. Any kind of olive you like. We're just using the black pitted olives. So, and then the secret ingredient when we cook the beans is we've got these chipotle smoked peppers that are in the adobo sauce. These are delicious. There's just 2 in there. I can use it for another recipe because I want to show you what it comes in. So in case you don't know, if you haven't got these before, they just come in a little can like that. So it's like $1.80 for that. So that's everything. Oh, and then the seasonings is I use like some cumin, some cayenne, a couple other stuff when I'm seasoning the chicken and when I'm seasoning the beans. But if you don't have a whole bunch of spices, because I've got a couple other stuff too, like ground oregano, other things to flavor the chicken and the beans. But a cheater's recipe or a cheater's seasoning, just use a taco seasoning if you'd like. I mean, I just got these 2 for $1 just to show you can use these if you don't want to make your own seasoning. So that's everything, and I'll show you how to do the chicken and we'll get started. Okay, so we're just going to butterfly the chicken breast. You want to cut down on an angle and do it on the other side. We're gonna flatten it out. That way it's just gonna cook more evenly and it's gonna cook faster. And if you don't have a mallet to like pound it out, just use the back of your knife. It doesn't have to be super thin. I just wanted it to cook fast, so there we go. So, okay, so we decided to do 2 instead of 1, so we're pretty hungry, so we're gonna make a couple big batches. And feel free to double everything. Like, if you're gonna have 7 or 8 people, just use double everything that we just showed you on the ingredients. So I just used about 1.5 tablespoons of oil, and put your seasoned chicken in there, and we're gonna let it go till it's done. So about 3.5, 4 minutes aside. Okay, so we just let it rest a minute. It's still steaming, but we just wanna cut in there and see what it looks like. It smells really good already. So perfect white all the way through, still juicy. All right, so we're gonna just dice this up. Okay, so put the rest in here. We're gonna give it a little try. You try it, honey. And then 1 for
Good.
King. Here you go, King.
They so good.
Thank you, dear. And then this stuff we don't want to use, you don't want to waste that. So any of the sauce, any of the juices out, just put that right in the chicken and kind of mix it up. Okay, so now we're gonna have the fun part. We're going to add about a tablespoon of oil. We'll fry the onion. There we go. So I didn't clean that pan from when we did the chicken. I just kind of wiped it out a little bit. You don't have to take a sponge to it and you know, fully clean it because we're just building flavors. So a little bit of flavor from the chicken isn't going to hurt anything. Okay, so we're just letting them soften just a little bit. And now I'm going to add the garlic. I can smell some of that cumin from the chicken. So this is going to continue frying when we add the black beans and the refried beans. So just letting that garlic kind of get fragrant for a second. It's about good. And now we can add the beans. All right. We'll start with the black beans. So I rinsed them, I drained them, rinsed them, black beans. Okay, so we just added some of our seasonings. It smells amazing in here. We diced up the chipotle pepper in the adobo sauce. So, and we just left it there nice and saucy. As you can see, my hands are all stained wet there. So, but yeah, you don't have to rinse them, just put it right in there. The adobo sauce is just gonna add more flavor to it. We're gonna let this go about 2 more minutes and then we'll start building the nachos. Okay, so this is finished cooking. As you can see, it's like a really pretty color. You can see all those little bursts of dark red, dark maroon in there from the smoked chipotles. So it's, I'm gonna just check it for seasoning real quick. Tastes perfect. Nice little heat, little intensity there. That's how we like it. So yes, I did taste this. I used a spoon and the spoon's going back in there when I'm making these. So our house, our rules. So, but this is what I wanted to show you was with this. I know that a lot of people get really annoyed when you go to a restaurant, you got a plate of nachos, you eat everything off the top 10 chips, and then all the other chips are empty. This is a way to improve upon nachos. Get the big restaurant style. You can just lay them out on here. You know, we got plenty more chips to make 2 or 3 batches. If you're entertaining a lot of people, you can lay out different sheets of tin foil so you can keep preparing them when you have one batch go in. You have one batch come out, then you can put another batch in there just so you can keep hot food coming. And also, it's good because you don't have to make everything at once, so your nachos are cold by halftime, but instead you can make one batch in the first half, another batch, another 2 batches in the second half, and they'll be nice and hot and fresh instead of making them all at once. So there's always a method to my madness. So we've always done them this way. This way you can control every single chip being perfect. And yes, it does take a little bit more time instead of just piling it all into like this pizza pan that we have and just throwing all the ingredients on there. This is a little bit more time consuming. We're just gonna show you a couple. But it's worth it. It's really worth it because you can make every chip be perfect instead of like each chip have 1 or 2 things on it instead of everything. Okay, so we'll finish all these. I just want to show how everything goes. So we're gonna go in with some of the grilled chicken. So let's do a couple so they can get, there we go. Most important part, the cheese. We're using 2 cheeses. So we got some of the queso fresca. I use this, I like it because it's a little bit of tanginess to cut through like the spicy of the beans and the chipotle peppers and the sharpness of the cheddar with all the other ingredients. So I like the queso fresca and the cheddar. This is the main star. Cheddar always makes it better. So I'm gonna load these puppies up. All right. Okay, so fresca on that one. And then we're gonna do a couple olives on each one. Some jalapenos. I actually forgot to put some of the chilies in when you're frying the beans, so no big deal. We'll just put them right on the nachos, but it's good if I would have used half of them just to fry up inside the beans. So that was my bad, I forgot that. So we're gonna do a little bit of tomatoes. Oops, grab jalapenos. A little bit more tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna finish these up. We got the oven already preheated to 375. We're gonna throw them in for about 6-7 minutes, and you can see the final plating. Okay, so it's been about 7-8 minutes. There we go. Woo, look how beautiful those are. So you can serve it right on here if you'd like. You can move it onto a different serving platter, whatever you prefer. You can put some sour cream and salsa in the middle. That's what we have for today. Let's see. It's probably gonna be too hot too. Let's try one on the edge here. Put a little sour cream on there. Look how beautiful these look. Tell me you wouldn't want that bite right there.
Yes, looks really good.
Ooh, hot. It's got a nice little kick to it. Got some nice spice. The chipotle peppers got a smoky flavor coming through. The olives and jalapenos are good. Everything is just spot on. The grilled chicken has a great flavor to it. Okay guys, we showed you how to make it. So for the Super Bowl, or pretty much anytime you want, give this recipe a try and let us know in the comment section what you think about it when you try it, and we'll see you on the next video.